What's up guys, Ben here today with a knife review. So I've got in my hands here the Benchmade Barrage, one of Benchmade's most popular models. This one specifically is the Benchmade Barrage 580 with a drop point tip in the plain edge and satin finish for the blade. This model is anywhere around $130 to $150, but depending on where you're shopping. I last saw it on Amazon for about $131. It is a spring-assisted knife, and it's got some great features. So, let's get started. Now, I was gifted this knife, so I had no prior knowledge besides knowing the brand name Benchmade, and that it was respected amongst the knife community. But I've come to love the knife for the performance, the design, the feel, and the look. So yeah, now let's take a look at some of the great features on the knife, and we'll put it to test in a little bit. So the knife has some finger grooves here for your thumbs when holding the handle. Now it's not the greatest in terms of traction, but it does help with the overall handling and the grip of the knife. It's also got some grooves on the edge as well. And along the side, there are additional finger grooves here for your middle and ring finger, as you can see here. And since this is a reversible knife, it's got the same grooves, on the opposite side, as you can see. The clip, you can remove the screws here and screw it to the back side, hence making it reversible. It's got a lanyard hole here if you want to install a lanyard. Now on the edge, it's got a safety component, as all spring assisted knives should have. Having the trigger up as opposed to down means it's in a safe position, meaning you cannot open this knife and have any misfires. Having it down obviously means it's unlocked, and you can therefore open the knife. So this lever here is the spring assist lever. So once the knife is sprung open, this lever is what you have to pull back down in order for you to close the knife. And then on the blade, there is a little knob here, which helps for your thumb placement when springing the knife open. So go ahead and show you that now. Pull the spring down, make sure all your fingers and hands are clear of the knife. I like to put my ring finger and the pinky finger here to hold on to the clip, so I have a good grip, and push the knob here with my thumb again, all the parts of your hands away from the knife, and boom, easy, just like that, boom. And like I said, first this lever, you pull this down in order for you to pull the knife back in. So without pulling this down, this is locked in tight, so you got to pull it down, bring it back, push the safety back in, and you're good. So show you one more time, unlock it, have proper placement in your hands, flip it open, boom. As you can see, there's some residue left behind as I use this knife, as my everyday carry. Cut open, whatever I need to cut open. So the blade, I don't know if you can see it here in the camera, but right there is the iconic Benchmade icon. You can see that there. And on the other side, it's got the blade steel type, which right here, if you can see it, it says 154 cm. And it's also made by Osborne, as you've got their logo there. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do some testing of the blade here. So disclaimer, I have not sharpened this knife in a long time, and I've sharpened it myself for maybe about 4 to 5 times since I've owned this knife, and even without a proper sharpening, it performs exceptionally. So let's go ahead and take a look at just cutting a regular printer paper. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, as you can see, goes straight through. Would be a little bit more crisp if I were to have sharpened this knife. But even when I got this straight out of the box, factory sharpened, it was still very sharp. As you can see, it obviously needs some sharpening, but this is, like I said, a year or plus without any sharpening. Still very, very sharp. So now let's go ahead and test it out on some cardboard. Because who doesn't like cutting up some cardboard? So here we go. Butter. Easy. So this Benchmade knife is obviously very sharp, performs very well. Even without a proper sharpening, like I said, for maybe a year plus, can carry out any type of cutting tasks you need, as an everyday carry type of knife for sure. Now let's get into some of the more detailed specs about the knife. Like I said earlier, my particular knife is a drop point model. You can also order one with a tanto point, which has a slight, sharper angle. You can find it, online. Quick Google search. This blade is finished in satin. You can also order a coated black version. The handle material for mine is a Valax. Not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Steel type, like I said, 154 cm. Blade length is 3.6 inches. And we'll go ahead and do a little measurement there for viewer preference. So, yep, 3.6. Full open length is at 8.53 inches. So we can go ahead and measure that. And there you go, 8.53. Maybe it's a little less than 8.5, I would say. That's more like a 8.4. But not much. So close length is a 4.75 inch, and we will measure that again. So yep, 4.75 right there. And the thickness is 0.65 inches. So just about 0.65, if you can, if you guys can see it on the camera. Weight of the knife is labeled at 4.31 ounces. So I think that's the perfect weight you want for a knife. You don't want anything super lightweight or flimsy. You also don't want anything like super bulky and heavy, in my opinion, if you use it as an everyday carry and have it clipped on and drag your pants down. Nobody wants that, right? So my overall thoughts on this knife is that it is an awesome, great everyday carry type of knife, or you can even bring it outdoors. The blade is extremely durable, rugged, sharp, great design, great feel in your hands. You've got a great handful right there. It's like, has a great feel in your hands. Benchmade is definitely an iconic brand, and well respected. Should be rightfully so for the quality of a knife. Don't really see any flaws whatsoever for a spring assisted everyday carry knife. It is, I guess, a bit more on the expensive side, price point being $130 to $150. Obviously, you pay for what you get. You get the Benchmade name, you get the quality. So I would say this is definitely worth it for the price. It's gonna last you a lifetime, and it is a great investment. I would have to say so myself. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, and go ahead and drop a comment on your thoughts about this knife. If you would like to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you, and peace.